No matter where you travel in Las Vegas these days, you're almost always traveling around things being built. Residential and commercial development is booming, keeping construction workers and another highly skilled worker in demand: inspectors. We take you to the northwest part of Las Vegas, one of the fastest growing communities in the nation, to try to keep up with two of our City of Las Vegas inspectors.
This is my area, Sky Canyon in the northwest, and the builders cannot build them fast enough. Every one of these homes is sold. So between now and the end of June, this contractor is telling me that we will have about 66 closings.
Fernando Cardenas has been in the home building business for 14 years, 4 of those years inspecting homes for the City of Las Vegas.
I moved here in 2006, and I didn't know what drywall was. And now, through hard work and perseverance and studying to get my certifications, I'm an inspector.
How do you like doing it for the city?
This is the best job I've ever had.
He walks us through the inspection of this home, which to the untrained eye looks far from completed, but it is actually one of the last times he'll get to see the internal workings of the home before everything is covered up.
So as we conduct this, what we call rough inspection, and this rough inspection, what we're doing is we're looking at the guts of the house, right? Before we insulate and before we drywall. So this is the last thing that we look at before it's covered, and this is what the homeowner's going to get.
That means everything from plumbing.
The water supply lines, we got to make sure that they are strapped and that they are holding water, which they are.
To the electrical and fire safety features must be closely examined.
This would be considered a violation. So I would just mark this for the superintendent to let them know that we have to add that.
You see, it's far less expensive to fix issues not up to code before the drywall goes up, rather than discover a problem that requires tearing down a wall. Fernando considers his work a public service to the builder and the future residents.
I want to make sure that the homeowner gets the best product possible.
An inspector's job is not looking for flaws so they can levy fines and collect money. Education and protection are their goals.
We're not here to hinder. We are not here to give out what we call a refee, or we're not here to fail on the first time. We are here to help move the process along. And our superintendents are great. They understand that, and we help them as much as we can, going 110%.
Having 0 violations is not only important in every home being built, it is vital when building something like this project in Centennial Hills. This will be one of the largest Subaru car dealerships in the Southwest United States when completed. It requires teams of specialized inspectors, including Tori Winton. She is a licensed engineer and a special inspection auditor with the City of Las Vegas. Her job is similar to Fernando's.
But I also am more closely affiliated with private companies that are considered special inspection agencies. They do materials testing, and they work hand in hand with us on our commercial jobs.
She typically works hand in hand with inspectors who specialize in commercial projects, like Brent Solberg of Geotech.
The City of Las Vegas is looking for our egress, for Americans with Disability Act egress, for lighting, for mechanical, electrical, plumbing, and all of those, basically construction, on how the codes apply to it, the plans apply to it. Special inspection focuses more on the structure. So this is a large concrete structure. It's been heavily only pretty much inspected by the special inspections teams. They do everything from grading to compaction tests on soil, to sampling the concrete when it's placed, to looking at the rebar inside of the concrete. And it is my job to basically verify that they're doing their job correctly.
Hey, Brent, these ones are still open over here.
If they do run into issues, Tori coordinates with the contractor, the city, and the plans team to make sure they're addressed immediately so the project can continue smoothly. Like Fernando checking the inner workings of a house before drywall goes up, Tori and Brent know catching problems before a project of this magnitude is completed can save money and, in some cases, lives.
When you're going from plans and things being done in 2-dimension to being in 3-dimension, you realize that they don't fit up correctly. So the earlier that you find that, the quicker we can address it, the cheaper it is to address it rather than having to tear apart the structure. So that's why we really do try and get hands-on with our inspections.
Like housing inspectors, Tori's builder's work does not focus on handing out fines. In fact, these teams work hard to help avoid potentially expensive delays. It's the service provided by the city when a builder pays for a permit.
We do come out quite a bit a lot, and we want to make sure things are done correctly, and we're very strict in certain aspects that we know need to be strict because we focus on life safety, we focus on structural safety, and we want to make sure that everyone is ultimately going to have a very quality, long-lasting product where there's not going to be any injuries or anything negative happening in the long run.